this is Castle of Castle Does, and I got some Nautica action for you. And here goes. So, tweaking the materials, tweaking the grass. Out of memory. This is when the engine decided that you know what, you've progressed too far. Time to slow your ass down. That happens. That particularly happens when you push things. When you start doing things further than you've done before. That's pretty funny. I'm building these different grass materials and all that. And I'm getting models in place and cat. And I'm trying my best to get these materials to work correctly. I didn't realize at the time there was a bug where the materials don't save their changes. They just don't save their changes. Sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes. So some of the materials work, some of them don't. And then I go back in, redo all of the same exact things I just did, and it doesn't save. Go back. At this point in time, I was merrily moving along, not realizing that this secret hell that had been unleashed onto me without my knowledge. It only becomes noticeable after you restart the editor, which happily occurs usually around the time when you crash it, which happens a lot due to memory limitations, lack of memory. So I'm getting the area, I'm making a lot of progress at this point, and I don't realize that I'm about to take a brick to the face. But brick to the face every once in a while, probably good for the brick, I guess. Anyway, I'm getting more of the blue into the area. The orange material is really, really nice. It adds like almost an unexpected effect of sort of having like the blue and then to the orange material. It's actually working. The combination is working a lot better than I was expecting. Actually, I knew that's around what I wanted to do, but I didn't realize it would be this good. So I ended up doing it even more around the edges and things like that. So it's really good so far. I'm like, okay, all right. Get more of the blue in the area. The area is really feeling pretty different from anywhere else in the game at the moment. So, that's this success. And, well, the truck hits me around here. So I load up, and boom! That's scary. That's scary right there. You know why? Because it looked like I lost everything. It looked like I just lost everything. All it was is because one of the new materials I made was conflicting. Did you see that? Okay, I'll get to that in a second. One of the materials I was working with didn't get saved. So it was a conflicting ID with an already existing material because I duplicated an existing material, changed whatever I wanted for the new material. So the IDs conflicted because there's this weird block types ID list of all the materials that I can actually place on the terrain. When it doesn't save the information, the two IDs were the same for two different materials, and then everything goes fucking pink on me. Alright. Not only that, but crash. Crashed on me, continuous crashing, because the grass materials suck up so much memory when you make any changes to them and then you rebuild. It just takes up more memory than you can use. If I press Control S, it saves the wrong file. This is one of those times. There should be a name for this when level designers are punished for using Control S. Control S is you should use it all the time on everything. Control S should save the fucking file. But in my particular case, I'm not able to press Control S. Kind of like in Unreal when you're not allowed to press Control S, or it just subtracts a brush. So I'm dealing with a similar situation now. So now on top of that, I'm trying to carve out like a cave, and maybe this is not the, bring out these blocks, but performance for some reason, whenever I have these things selected, my computer just like crawls to its knees. Like I can't move anymore or anything, so I have to like deselect everything and then like move to the next spot and like drag out a couple blocks and then deselect because the performance just gets so bad. So when I build, I have to build twice. I can't build once or it won't update. You have to click build and wait for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds for it to finish. The first time it won't do it all. It'll just do some of it. Then I realized that each one of these blocks that I dragged out had the wrong setting on them. So I decided to select all of them and change the settings, but you can't really do that. So not only that, when I select more than one of these things, it knocks them off the grid. So when they're off the grid, I can't get them to come back again, and it ends up being more work than just deleting them all. What the fuck? So all right, I delete all the old ones. All right, and I say, okay, I'm just gonna get the mouth of this cave. That's it. That's all. I just want the mouth of this cave for now, and get this working correctly. So I get a smaller number of these cubes that carve out of the terrain, and make sure they all have the correct settings on them, and begin working with them, like making sure not to select more than one of them at a time, otherwise, off the grid, and they'll never line up again. Maybe they will. I don't know why. They won't. They won't. They wouldn't line up. And then it's not like you can line them up because your computer starts to die because you have it selected. Alright, I later learned, at this time I didn't know, but there's a checkbox that you have to uncheck in one of the menus in this world. One of the menus that will alleviate the performance loss when you have one of those cubes selected, when you have a tile selected. So I didn't know about that checkbox, but it was very important. I'm not even sure why I would ever want to have it checked. But massive performance loss option. I don't know. Okay, so I actually end up getting the cave, alright? So I'm sitting here, all beat up like Rocky Balboa, and I get the cave kind of, I'm feeling pretty happy. I got this like big like stalactite thing, and got the mouth of the cave coming in. All right, I made progress. In progress, man. I don't think these videos show just how crazy it was, because a lot of the times I was just like, I just load it up, try to do something, and it would crash. I didn't even have a chance to record it. So I was able to at least get around, like ignore the material problem because I didn't know what was causing that at the time, but it magically saved. I'm lucky it saved one of the materials correctly. The one that was conflicting actually saved, but hey, I couldn't get any of the other ones to save. It wasn't until the next day when it was explained to me what was causing that. So it was just kicking the teeth like multiple times, but I still got the fucking cave. I still did it. I still did it. Thank you.